Hello and welcome. This little video, I say little video, it's probably going to go on a little bit, so apologies in advance. I will try and put timestamps on areas so that you can skip forwards if you watch the first bit and need to get to the next bit to find it a little bit easier. This is going to be a start to finish of where to look for your agility shows, which agility show processor a show is with, creating an account with that processor, and then entering a show. So here we go. Your first point of call in most cases will be with this website here, AgilityNet. So that's just agilitynet.co.uk. And they've got lots of useful bits and bobs on here. All intents and purposes, we are going to head to this button here, the show diary. Now on the show diary, you've got lots of options depending on what sort of show you want to try and attend, and by month, etc. For this purpose, we're going to look at Kennel Club shows. So I'm going to click a Kennel Club show, and I'm going to be looking for June. You can you don't need to click any of those. You can just scroll all the way through if you want. If you uncheck everything, it brings everything up. So this is what I'm going to do today. So this is going to bring up the Kennel Club shows in June. If it's all greyed out, that generally means that you can no longer enter it and the show is closed. If it's in red, there's a little key up here. If it's in red, it means you need to hurry up, and then whether there's no schedule available, so it's just the date in the diary type of thing. And schedule available is the schedule for what classes are available, and booking. So what I'm looking for now is for the Agility Club show, which I'm expecting to see in red. Oh no, it's still in green. So closing date is on here, up here. Closing date, no, so not quite in red. So the Agility Club show on the for 4 days in June, and it's going to give you an address here, so you can have a pick on there. You can also search via postcode if you want to. There's a few options. So what you can do is you can click onto this, and all the information you need is going to be on this little drop down section. So it's going to tell you when the show is, the closing date. The online entry is via this show processor, Agility Plaza in this case. You can look at the schedule and the club website. So if, for instance, you want to have a look at the schedule just to see what classes are available, you can click on the schedule, and that will bring up lots of information about the show, its opening, its address, whether it's got any qualifiers, who's running it, whether they've got any special rules or anything like that, the prices, etc, etc, etc. And you can have a look through this. Obviously, to begin with, it's going to look really quite daunting, but they are really easy to look through once you get the hang of it. So for example, what I'm going to be doing through this video is I'm going to be doing entries for Bella, who is a dog that I'm about to start running, and she has now just been measured, given her official agility measure. So she's registered with the Kennel Club on the activity register, and she's had her official register measure done. If your dog is not registered with the Kennel Club and has not had their official measure, I'm sorry, but you cannot yet enter a Kennel Club show. That is really, really important. So either you've got your dog's breed, if your dog's from a breeder, you will have hopefully a KC number for them. If your dog is not a breed register or been bred by a registered breeder, then your dog can go onto the activity register. So I can see that on Thursday the 29th of June, for intermediate dogs, so as Bella is a new dog, she's going to be coming out in grade 2 because I'm running her. Bella is, that means I need to look for intermediate classes with the green. Okay, a lot of shows now do have this colour coding, but don't always guarantee looking for it. So I can see that with intermediate classes, I can then just go across and look for green ones. So it looks like on the 29th of June, I could enter Bella into intermediate agility, intermediate jumping. And that would be the classes for Bella. And depending on your dog's measure, that's what you would then also look for, whether they're large, intermediate, medium or small. Now, if this is going to be your very first agility show and you're not confident with all the equipment and everything like that, you just want to take it a little bit easier for your dog, what you probably want to look for is a class called this, any size jumping. Okay, these classes, now if you enter an any size class, you cannot enter another class for competition. So if you enter a special class, this one's marked out with a hashtag here. If you enter a special class, you can't then enter any of the actual classes. So the any size jumping, that will just have jumps and tunnels. Okay, sometimes you get any size agility as well and various other bits and bobs. So you just need to make sure that if you're looking at a class, you can check out further through the schedule. So I'm just scanning through. I hope nobody's got any eye issues or anything like that. But you scroll all the way through and have a look at your specials or something like that to see what we can find. This is all about the Kennel Club qualifiers, so there's going to be a lot of paperwork on here. Eligibility, so progression, standard classes, special classes, so any size jumping, for example. And you can read about these special, all classes will have some information and who's eligible to open. So the any size jumping would be open to all dogs that are not entered into any other class. The jump height will be X, Y and Z, and you can choose which height you want to jump at the day, and just make sure that you're basically at that ring for the chosen height. It's a non-competitive fun run. Okay, you get clear round rosettes if you're lucky enough. They don't generally do placed or rosette trophies for this particular club. Every show could be different, so you do need to have a little look at entering a show, because if, for instance, you want to try and get a rosette with a number on it, you need to make sure that it might just not be a clear round or something like that. Generally, somewhere on here it will tell you what they're awarding to. So whether they're awarding to 10% of the entries, 20% of the entries. So for instance, if there's 100 dogs in the class and they're awarding to 10%, they would give rosette placings of 1 to 10. They could be doing 15%, 20%. So if you're really fussed about getting a rosette or anything like that, some shows don't place that high. Some shows may just place to first, and not even give clear round rosettes. So if you're looking at that, then you do need to have a little bit of a read round, just so that you're not disappointed on the day, because if you're going to go and travel 3 hours, get a lovely clear round but not get a rosette, you're going to be heartbroken if you really want those rosettes. If you really want a rosette that badly, let me know and I will set you a little challenge at club or something like that, and I would rather you stuck to criteria and things like that, and I will support you if you're keen to get some rosettes for your pup. So don't worry about that if you do want to start collecting some lovely rosettes. Believe you me, the novelty does wear out. You end up with too many of them. So anyway, by the by, so this is your schedule. You will have a good read through it and see if that is a show that you wish to enter. And you can also see, for example, if your dog's not been measured, whether they're holding a measuring session and how to go about it. So there's lots of information on here that you might need for entering a show. Lots of rules, etc, etc. Lots of stuff on there. So it's always worth having a bit of a scan through to read what's going on and how that class is running. So, sorry, look, we're 10 minutes already in and we've done nothing. So, we know that we want to enter this class. We've had a look at the schedule. We know that the club's got a website, where the venue is, where the dates are. And what this information is telling us that this particular show on this day, the online entry can be done via Agility Plaza. So off we go to Agility Plaza. Literally take 3. Oh my goodness. Right, you can see I've had a very long day, but I'm desperate to do this for you all. So on the Agility Plaza website, you've created an account, just like any other account you would for a website, and you're doing some purchases on a website. First of all, you need to go to your household. And from My Household, this is where you're going to add all of your details and your dog's details. So what we're going to do here is, unfortunately, because I already did this and I forgot to press record, Bella, who I was going to show you, has already been added. But just in case, you click on Add Dog, you put in their pet name, so that's what you call them at home, you know, Snooky Bum or something like that. Their date of birth, boy, girl, breed, handler. You can give them a colour code and some more details here. The reason for the colour code is, for example, when we've got 2 dogs that are entered into a show, when you print off your ring plan, it will show you in a colour coded, you know, you'll be able to see quickly which dog's in which ring at what time, etc. Or not what time, but in what order. So once all your details are added onto your household, you can now go and enter a show. So we're going to come across to a show, to enter a show, and rather like Agility Net's kind of all listed, very similar, the date of the show, the organisation, the name of the show, the venue, the postcode, and what stage the entries are at. So I know I'm looking for the Agility Club at the South of England Showground, and I want to enter that one, so I'm going to click that. And I can see on here I've got my 2 dogs. I've got Alan and Bella, who I will be entering into regular classes. Now, if you wanted to enter the any size class, that is what you would click. If, for example, your dog, you had more dogs, for example, Dexter, he's not entering, he's not going to be attending the showground at all. So I can leave that as not entering. Beans, now bless him, I might decide to take him one day just for a day out. I'm not going to enter him as not entering, but I'm going to enter him as NFC. So NFC means not for competition. So it just lets the organisers know that there's going to be more dogs on site than there are for insurance purposes, really. It doesn't matter, I don't have to take Beans, but if he does turn up, he's listed as being there. Okay, I've got no voucher codes, so I want to continue now that I've picked the stage that all my dogs are going to be at. So, yeah, that's what I'm happy with. So, then I get to pick the date and the classes. So, you might have already seen these on the schedule and you know what you want to go for. I know that I want to enter on Thursday and Friday only at this show. So, for Alan, he's only going to do 2 runs. I limit Alan to 2 runs a day just because he is Alan. So he's going to do 2 agility runs. That is Alan done on the Thursday. Then on the Friday, he's going to do 2 more agility runs. And that's it. That's Alan's ticked and done. So Bella's actually going to do a little bit more. Okay, so Bella's going to do 3 runs on each day. Once I'm quite happy with this, anyone who... No, that's all right. I don't need that. No classes for Dexter, no for Beans, because of course again they're just there. I'm not going to be camping and things like all these extra little bits which you'll need if you need, and you don't need. Click on continue. So if you can, always try and help at shows. They can't run without help. I'm a big believer in help, but I personally don't specify myself to do certain things certain days, certain times. I will just ad hoc help when it suits my dogs. Obviously, I'm always helping so many of my students as well. If I commit to things and say, oh, sorry, student, I can't help you, I'd feel quite mean. So I just tend to pop in and out. If a ring needs some help, I'll do something simple like pole picking or leads, something like that. But do try and help at your shows. I'm going to click continue. Lots of important information, lots of details. So I can just double check, right? So Alan on Thursday, agility, sorry. Bella, or on the Thursday, she's got 3 runs. She's got 3 runs. So lovely, all done. There is an additional facilities charge at this particular show. That's up to them. And anything else that might be on here. It's just a little summary of your purchase, and you proceed to check out. So it gives you a little bit of a, you know, again, just a final tally. Oh, the joys. Great, not as expensive as horses, but it's getting there. And then just a little bit more, blah, 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 and we confirm and continue to payment. I was a bit sensible this year, and I put some money already on my account, ready for the year ahead. So that's what I've done. You can do that, or you can just pay as and when you want, to. I just need to be a little bit more organised. You can do that. I tend to just put money on my account via a bank transfer, rather than doing any of these card payments and things like that, that charge you even more extra little bits of money. Got to save every penny where you can. And then I'm quite happy, so I can now see that because I've got a balance on my account, that has now got a little tick and it says I have paid. Okay, so there we go. I can untick it and tick it. Okay, just for example, if I didn't want the money coming off of that account just yet, you know, I could take it off and think, oh, actually I need some more money for another thing. You can top and change it, which is a really helpful little thing for the processor to do. And that is it. So as soon as you've got this tick and it says you've paid, perfect, you've paid. And you can go across to my show entries as well, just to double check. There we go. There are the 2 shows that I've entered, and I can click on the Agility Club again, and then it just gives me a little confirmation again of all of this, and it will say my running orders will be emailed and you can download them from the website. So that will be something else that I can show you at a later date. I can't show you the running orders and things yet because they are not on here, but that is how to go about entering your first show.